Signed in 1960 under the aegis of the World Bank, the Indus Waters Treaty has long stood as a rare beacon of cooperation between bitter rivals India and Pakistan. This treaty governs one of the world's most vital and contentious river systems, the Indus and its 5 tributaries, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj. The deal was simple but profound. India would have exclusive rights over the eastern rivers Ravi, Beas and Satluj, while Pakistan would rely primarily on the western trio Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, with India allowed only limited use for hydroelectric projects. For over 60 years, the IWT survived wars, crisis and simmering distrust. It was hailed as a pillar of peace in an otherwise volatile relationship. But in 2025, the treaty's survival is under unprecedented strain. The trigger? The brutal terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam on April 22, 2025. India accused Pakistan of backing cross-border terrorism and responded with a series of punitive measures, most notably suspending the routine institutional engagements under the Indus Waters Treaty. This holding in abeyance means no meetings, no data sharing, no dispute resolution, effectively freezing the treaty's lifeblood.
In the briefing to the CCS, the cross-border linkages of the terrorist attack were brought out. It was noted that this attack came in the wake of the successful holding of the elections in the Union Territory and its steady progress towards economic growth and development. Recognizing the seriousness of this terrorist attack, the CCS decided upon the following measures. 1. The Indus Waters Treaty of 1960 will be held in abeyance with immediate effect until Pakistan credibly and irrevocably abjures its support for cross-border terrorism. 2. The integrated checkpost Atari will be closed with immediate effect. Those who have crossed over with valid endorsements may return through that route before 1 May 2025. 3. Pakistani nationals will not be permitted to travel to India under the SARC visa exemption scheme visas. Any SVES visas issued in the past to Pakistani nationals are deemed cancelled. Any Pakistani national currently in India under SVES visa has 48 hours to leave India. 4. The Defence, Military, Naval and Air advisors in the Pakistani High Commission in New Delhi are declared persona non grata. They have a week to leave India.
Pakistan's reaction was swift and stark. Islamabad condemned the suspension as a direct threat to regional peace, food security and the livelihoods of millions who depend on the Indus Basin's waters. Pakistan's Foreign Office repeatedly urged India to resume normal treaty functions, warning that the stakes were existential. Former Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari put it plainly.
आप सिंधु की तरफ इस किस्म की हमला के बारे में सोचेंगे तो फिर पाकिस्तान के हर सूबे के अवाम आपका मुकाबला करने के लिए तैयार है और ये ऐसे जंग है जो आप जरूर हारेंगे। इस मुल्क के अवाम में इतना ताकत है कि जंग की सूरत हो तो जंग में भी हम इनका मुकाबला कर सकते हैं और जो आपके 6 के 6 दरिया है वो वापस हासिल भी कर सकते हैं। मैं जानता हूं कि आप में इतना ताकत है, इस मुल्क के अवाम में इतना ताकत है कि जंग की सूरत हो तो जंग में भी हम इनका मुकाबला कर सकते हैं और जो आपके 6 के 6 दरिया है वो वापस हासिल भी कर सकते हैं।
Amid this turmoil, the Permanent Court of Arbitration stepped in with a ruling on August 8, 2025. It reaffirmed Pakistan's right to unrestricted use of the western rivers and reminded India that any exceptions like hydroelectric projects must strictly comply with the treaty's rules, not India's unilateral interpretations. India, however, rejected the court's authority outright, calling the tribunal illegally constituted and dismissing the ruling as void. India's official stance: since the treaty is suspended, it claims no obligation to honor treaty commitments or to participate in international arbitration. The suspension, India says, is a sovereign security response to Pakistan's terrorism. But why is Pakistan so desperate to keep the treaty alive? First, water security. The Indus River system is Pakistan's lifeline. for farming, drinking water, and power generation. Any disruption in information exchange and dispute mechanisms risks mismanagement or unilateral Indian moves that could choke Pakistan's water supply. Second, legal and moral precedent. The Indus Waters Treaty is a rare international treaty that Pakistan counts on India to honor, even amid conflict. It is Pakistan's anchor to international law and faith in rules-based order. Third, international legitimacy. The recent court ruling strengthens Pakistan's claim that India cannot suspend the treaty unilaterally and must keep the waters flowing. Fourth, civilizational stakes. Pakistani leaders frame the Indus as the cradle of their civilization, making water access a matter of identity and survival. Lastly, regional stability. Shared water governance is a critical conflict mitigation tool in a volatile neighborhood. Breaking this link risks diplomatic and military escalation. The fallout from suspending the treaty goes beyond technicalities. It halts vital communication between the two countries' water commissioners and disrupts seasonal water data sharing. This creates dangerous uncertainties that can escalate into standoffs or worse. It signals to the world that even foundational conflict prevention frameworks in South Asia are fraying. In the end, Pakistan's call to restore the Indus Waters Treaty is more than a legal demand. It is a plea for sanity, for peace, and for survival. It is a reminder that some agreements must transcend politics, terrorism, and mistrust to protect millions of lives and preserve a shared heritage older than either nation. Will India heed this call and revive one of the last threads of cooperation with Pakistan? Or will the Indus waters dry up as a symbol of fractured relations and regional instability? The future of millions and a civilization itself hangs in the balance. With Rishika Arathya, Bureau Report, India Today Global.